Hi everyone, welcome. Today, we're going to tackle a common issue, accessing the 2.4 GHz band on your Spectrum router. Many devices, especially older ones or smart home gadgets, rely on this band for connectivity. Sometimes, it seems like the router is only broadcasting the 5 GHz band. We'll walk through the steps to make sure your 2.4 GHz band is active and how to connect your devices. First, you'll need to access your Spectrum router's settings. This is usually done through a web browser on a computer or phone connected to your Wi-Fi network. Open your web browser and type in the default gateway address. This is often 192.168.1.1 or 192.168.0.1. If neither of those works, you can find it by checking your computer's network settings or by consulting your Spectrum documentation. Once you've entered the address, you'll be prompted to log in. The default username and password are often admin and password. However, it's crucial to change these to something more secure after the initial setup. Check your router's documentation or the Spectrum website for the default credentials if those don't work. Now that you're logged in, look for the Wi-Fi settings. This section may be labeled as wireless, Wi-Fi, or something similar. Within the Wi-Fi settings, you should see options for both the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz bands. Make sure the 2.4 GHz band is enabled or turned on. Sometimes, routers combine both bands under a single network name, SSID. This is called band steering. If this is the case, you may need to disable band steering to see separate SIDs for each band. Look for a setting like Smart Steering, Band Steering, or SSID Broadcast. If it's enabled, try disabling it temporarily. After disabling, you should see two separate Wi-Fi networks in your device's Wi-Fi settings, one for 2.4 GHz and one for 5 GHz. If you see both networks but your device still can't connect to the 2.4 GHz network, double-check the password. It should be the same for both bands if you haven't changed them individually. If you have changed the password separately, make sure you're entering the correct password for the 2.4 GHz network. Another thing to consider is the channel your 2.4 GHz network is using. Sometimes, certain channels can cause interference with other devices. Try changing the channel to a different one, such as 1, 6, or 11. These are generally considered less congested channels. Finally, save your changes and restart your router. This will ensure that the new settings are applied correctly. After the router restarts, your devices should be able to connect to the 2.4 GHz network. Remember to re-enable band steering if you prefer having a single network name after you've confirmed that your devices can connect to the 2.4 GHz band. That's it for today's tutorial. I hope this helped you get your 2.4 GHz band up and running on your Spectrum router. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel for more tech tips and tutorials.